Hello everybody, good morning. Rose Thorn here. Today I'm doing a reaction video to Foodie Beauty's live stream called It Doesn't Matter Why. And I've got a lot to catch up on because last night when I went to bed, Foodie was doing a live and she was essentially binging out on food. She was doing the StreamYard thing with people in her regular chat. And during the course of her life, she was eating. And then while she was eating, she turned around and she ordered $100 in gas station food. And the amount of food that Foodie was eating was quite scary. And she dropped some tea in that video. And I'm going to cover it after this one. I want to start with this one first because this is the more recent of the lives and just go backwards. The other live is a bit longer. But a lot has happened. Let's see. So Foodie was on stream last night, still talking about Natter, of course. You know, she hasn't slowed down and backed away from that. She was on live stream and checking Natter's community posts. You know, she's like, again, she's still not left Natter alone. You know, she still wants to know what he's doing. She checked his community post and Natter made a community post talking about going grocery shopping at Adonis today. And indeed, he did a live stream where he went shopping at Adonis and got a whole bunch of groceries. And I'm sure that has to irritate Chantal because that's something that she did for Natter. And now I guess he's doing it on his own without her help. So essentially, Chantal is still focused on Natter, still talking about him, still checking up on what he's doing. She should be done with Natter. If he did all the things that she said he did, she should be done with him. But she's not done. She's still watching him like a hawk, still talking about him, although Natter is not talking about Chantal anymore. So before we get deep into the live stream, I want to bring up something that I just saw on Twitter. Okay, and there's a reason why I'm bringing it up, because I think it's important. So this is a clip that she did 7 days ago where she's talking about Natter, and you guys will see in a minute why I'm playing it.
I'm telling you, Natter, you fucked with the wrong one. I was a sap for 10 months and now you piss me off. So you know what? You've messed with the wrong one. Do not even try to mess with me because I will defend myself. And I'm not like threatening. I'm not talking about violence. I mean like whatever I need to do.
So this was a clip she did a week ago. A week ago. If Natter hurt Chantal in any way physically, if he did the essay, if he did the DV, he deserves to go to, excuse me, he deserves to go to jail. I've said that and I will always say that. If he did all those horrible things to Chantal, he deserves to go to jail. I am not on Natter's side. I think he's a scumbag. I have no liking for Natter. But this clip clearly shows what the real motivation is for her going to the authorities. It was not because she was in fear of her life. It was about revenge. She's been foaming at the mouth to see Natter for over 2 weeks and getting more and more angry that Dee Dee is there. And when she found out that Natter was going to be moving or trying to move, that's when she acted. That's when she acted. And I got news for her. When she goes to trial, and this is something that you cannot just say, just kidding, and sweep under the floorboards. You know, once you set it in motion, it's set in motion. There's no backing away. There's no turning away. Even if you drop the charges, you know, the authorities are still going to continue on with this thing. If you go to court and you make charges against somebody, if you're the accuser, then the burden of proof rests on you. It's not what you say, it's what you can prove. So if she has proof that Natter did the things that she's saying that he did, then he will pay for his crimes. But if it's all hearsay, and especially if Natter comes to court with clips like this, she's in serious trouble. I noticed since yesterday, ever since she went to the authorities and she came out of the police station, allegedly, she had this look on her face like, what did I just do? She was in total shock that she did it. And then I could see the wheels in her head were starting to turn about the ramifications of her actions, thinking about what she'd have to do and the fact that she's going to have to go to court and actually tell the truth. She cannot lie on the stand. And the fact that there's clips out there of her saying the different things and doing different things, and all of that can be used against her. Ever since then, she has been stress eating. You know, she is someone with an eating problem, and she has been going nuts with the food. And a lot of people might come forward and say, well, she's always been into eating. That's true. But I'm someone with an ED in recovery, and if you've been there, then you know what to look for. You know what you're looking at. And I'm telling you, she is panicking. She is stressed out because she knows that this thing is going to go forward whether she likes it or not. And she's going to get on the stand, and just like the reaction channels, we see through her. They're going to see through her, and they're going to be asking all the hard questions, and she's going to have to give the right answers. And if she lies, if you lie on the stand, that's perjury. You know, you can go to jail for that. And she also knows that by doing this, excuse me, oh, my poor throat. She knows that by doing this, that everything between her and Natter it's a done deal. He's never coming back. He can't talk to her. Natter wanted Chantal to leave him alone. Well, he got his wish. By her doing this, he got his wish because he's not allowed to talk to her. And if she contacts him, well, then he can report that also. So she made this happen, and now she's got to deal with it. So let me just get this clip off my screen. So here's Chantal. This is her current live, and she's still talking about Natter. She's still talking about Natter. She won't shut up. And the more she says about Natter, the more it's going to work against her in a court of law. Because anything you say, especially publicly, can and will be used against you. Okay? And there's all kinds of video clips, like I said, of things she said and things she's done that can also be used as evidence. I'm sure she's aware of that. She made the comment not too long ago asking her own VIBs to get clips and send to her. Chantal, if you got a case, you need to gather up your own evidence. Don't look at your VIBs. It's not their job. It's not their job. Don't use other people to do what you should do. If this is important to you, if he hurts you in some way, and you want to see some kind of legal action happen, him going to jail, you need to put your own stuff together. You have no excuse why you can't do it. You stay at home all day. You've got nothing else to do. Go look at your own clips, or go look at reaction channels, or wherever else you want to go look. Look on Kiwi Farms. Go find your own stuff. Don't expect your members to do it for you. This is not their deal. It's your deal. So here she is in her current clip. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the comments, because you guys know how much I love the comments. So AD Cupid says, such a slap in the face to those of us who went through DV and lived in actual fear. Take some time away, get some therapy, and focus your energy where it matters. It is a complete slap in the face. I'll even go further. That's not a slap in the face. It's a punch in the eye. There's a lot of people who've gone through DV, like myself included. And we still carry the emotional and psychological scars. We still got the bad memories, and we'll always have them. And the thing I don't like the most about what's going on right now is that Chantal just treats DV like a piece of laundry that she can pick up and let go of whenever she wants. You know, she picks and chooses talking about DV when it suits her narrative or when it suits her purpose or when she wants to make money. DV is a serious topic. It's something that affects millions of men and women everywhere. And to her, it's a laughing matter. It's no big deal. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Tree Boy Illa says, the sooner you realize you were the predator in a position of power while attempting to buy someone's love and attention and only acting out when they rejected you, the sooner you can get the help you need, Chantal. Chantal is just upset her prey was just as much of a predator as she. You know, Chantal and Natter, they are exactly alike in so many ways. He is her mirror image. He is her mirror image. You know, the first time in her life, Chantal met somebody who stood up and told her no. And don't mistake me. I think Natter is a scumbag, okay? He is. Instead of going out, making his own money, he makes it his business to try to find women and get money off of them. And I'm sure he looked at Chantal and said, oh, she's completely morbidly obese. She's an easy mark. She wants love. I can use that to my advantage. Boy, did he just learn a life lesson. He just learned a life lesson. That just because she's morbidly obese doesn't mean she's going to just be an easy mark. He met Hurricane Chantal and she rocked his world. But let's be clear, Chantal's a predator too. She looked at Natter and she saw that he was in a not great financial situation. And so she baited the hook with her money to get him on the hook. He took the hook, he took the bait. And learning about his situation with being on parole, I'm sure she kept that in her back pocket too. That she wanted Natter. And this is just my theory now. Just hear me out. My theory, my feeling is that when she learned that Natter was on probation, she kept that in her back pocket. And she figured that if this guy ever tried to run away from her, if he ever rejected her, she could use that to her advantage. Like she's vindictive and she's evil, and you know she could get him in trouble with the law, and that's exactly what she did. You know, this isn't about her being abused in some way and finding justice for that. This is about revenge. You know, she tried for months to buy Natter's love. It didn't work. He preferred the company of another woman. She's angry about that too. The fact that this woman is taking her spot. And all she's ever wanted was for Dee Dee to be out of the picture so she has full access to Natter. And because she doesn't have full access to Natter, then she is going to just go for the throat. She's going to spill blood. Well, this time she stuck her foot in it. You know, she went to the authorities and she escalated things, and now things are in motion that she cannot take back. So, next comment. Country B says, it must kill you to watch him strolling around Adonis like nothing ever happened. Dee Dee is still there, and with more people supporting him and watching what he's doing now than ever. Oh, and with no chance of ever being let back into his house again. You could have just completely ignored him, stopped talking about him, and moved on with your life. Oh, it got cut off. Yeah, I'm sure it does kill her. I'm sure it does kill her. That someone else is going to Adonis with Natter, that the groceries are being bought and not by her. All the power she thought she had over Natter all those months has slipped away. You know, she tried to entrench herself in his life by putting herself in a position where he needed her. Oh, he needs me to buy groceries. He needs me to edit videos. He needs me to pay his rent. Therefore, he'll never get rid of me. Well, Natter basically pulled the Uno reverse card and showed he doesn't need her. You know, like groceries, he can buy that, or Dee Dee can buy that. They don't need Chantal. Editing videos, well, he can just do live streams. Don't need Chantal for that either. So whatever control Chantal thought she had over Natter has slipped completely away, and there's nothing she can do about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she watched that live stream or is watching the live stream now of Natter going to Adonis and buying the groceries, and it's hurting her. It's hurting her a lot. That, you know, all the things she used to do for him to get into the trap house, she cannot do anymore. It's a done deal. It's over. Basanti says, LMAO, she really leaned into this DV thing. Hilarious that she's egging him on to talk about her on the live, so he breaks his conditions. So much talk, but she can't be bothered to gather evidence to defend herself. Her ramblings just make her look worse. Well, I haven't watched the live yet, but I wouldn't put it past Chantal to try to get Natter in trouble if she's egging him on to talk about her. Of course, she's egging him on. She wants to get him in trouble. She wants to get him in trouble. And I think in the back of her mind, she knows that this case that she has against him is probably going to be dismissed for lack of evidence. If anything, Natter's in a position to prove this woman slandered me. She did in so many ways. And maybe turn around and countersue her. You know, this case can go any which way. But the burden of proof is on her because she's the accuser. But rather than spend her time quietly away from the camera gathering solid evidence, you know, she's just live streaming and acting ridiculous. 45-48 up until 46 minutes mark. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. When the mask slips, this is all about revenge. She's not afraid of Natter. Oh, really? Huh, hold on a minute. Let me see what they're talking about. I'm going to start it here. I want to see what they're talking about.
30. I did buy like bear spray or something like that. And a home alarm system. So yeah. You don't act like a woman that's been beaten. No DV victim will poke the bear the way you do.
Right. True.
What is there like a universal way that people who DV victims, like, what does that even mean? That is such an ignorant comment, Mistress Rebecca. It's like the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Is there like a DV victim code of conduct I should read? I'm vindictive. Yeah, I am. So? I can be. I can be. Still doesn't change what he did. Bullshit. I was beat and mistreated for 5 years and I still tell the motherfucker off.
There it is, though. There it is. She just admitted in this live stream she's vindictive. She's vindictive. This isn't about justice for things that were done to her. This is about her being vindictive. There it is. When she went to the police station, and even the police asked her the question, would you be making these accusations if you were still talking to him? She outright said no. She outright said no. So it's not about justice for things that have been done to her. It's about the fact this woman is vindictive. And she's evil. And I'll say it once again, if Natter did awful, unspeakable things to Chantal, he should be in jail. Yes, absolutely. But I think this whole thing with Natter has less to do with that and more to do with the fact that she has that vindictive, evil streak. And nobody leaves Chantal. Nobody leaves until she releases you. Nobody leaves. And if you try to leave Chantal, she's going to punish you. She's going to punish you any way she can. And she knew about Natter being on probation and being in trouble with the law. And the cases that he has before dealing with women, and she's using that to her advantage. This is about her being vindictive. Yes, it is. Absolutely. And the person who said that she's not behaving as most DV people normally do, you know, not poking. If you've been abused by somebody, you don't taunt your abuser. You don't taunt them while you're with them, and you don't taunt them after you're away. You just want to stay away, and you don't want to talk about it. You just want to press forward with your life. And I completely acknowledge that everybody handles that situation differently. Some react differently than others. But here is Chantal on a public platform taunting the person that she said abused her and did the essay, taunting him because she wants him to break his conditions and be in serious trouble, because right now he's not in trouble. They brought him in for questioning, but he's not in jail. She wants him in jail. And right now she really doesn't have a strong case. And what's worse is that she's not realizing by doing these live streams, she's making her case even weaker, because she's focusing on him, and there's evidence of that, and he's not focusing on her. She's hurting her own case. She's severely hurting it, more than it already has been hurt. But she's vindictive, and she's doing this out of just spite. It's all pure spite. And it's turning my stomach to see her bring back the whole DV thing to her platform. People are getting triggered all over again, Chantal. Seriously? And people who have been through DV or known someone who's gone through it, they're sending her money. She's profiting off of this crap. She is. She's getting more super chats now and bigger super chats than she ever has. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, I'm getting mad over here. I apologize for raising my voice, but it's very upsetting to me for her to use DV to make a profit. What she should do is demonetize these streams when she talks about DV, or donate the money to a women's organization. That would be the honorable thing to do. But here's Chantal getting these big super chats, and she's profiting off of triggering other people, exposing people to this. She has no idea how she's affecting anybody else, nor does she care. It's all about getting the sympathy, getting the attention as much as possible. Since she can't bring Natter on camera, since she can't use him for content, now she's going to talk about DV like she once did. She made a lot of money before off DV. Now she's doing it again. And I think that is completely distasteful. Completely distasteful. But that's Chantal. No conscience, no morals. She has no bottom. She has no line in the sand. And this is what she's going to do. Now that this court case is in going on, she's going to talk about this for next several months. And people everywhere are going to be triggered. But she's not going to care. It's not her pain. It's not her scars. Not her life. How does she doesn't care she affects other people. Horrible. So let me go back to the comments real quick. Fulgia says, you've literally shown not an ounce of fear of him in your live streams. Weren't you in fact defiant and ready to combat that time you argued with him and DB saying, bring it, your address, basically inviting him to come over as you were ready for combat. Lady, you have no case. It can only backfire on you spectacularly. And let's see, can I make this? It won't expand. Yeah, it's like for someone who, it's weird because in this live stream, she talks about, oh, I've got security now and I've got pepper spray. Acting like she's afraid of him or afraid he'll do something. And at the same time, she's doing this crap, basically taunting Natter and saying things like, you know, go ahead, bring it, come to my address, I'm ready for you. I'm sorry, no one who's ever been through DV acts this way. They just don't. They just don't. And especially with a court case upcoming, you're not going to taunt your abuser. You're not going to invite them to your house. You're not going to sit there and poke the bear. You're going to leave it alone. You know, and if there's anything that's going to happen, if the justice system is going to punish that person, then you let the justice system do it. You know, it's just wise to leave things alone until after everything is resolved. But she's not. She's poking at him. She wants him to violate his conditions so she can report him. Thumper says, I have in my lifetime dealt with a lot of DV survivors, and not one, and I mean one, has acted like this woman. Believe me when I say she is in no way scared of this man. If she was there, is absolutely no way she'd still be talking about him non-stop. What I have also seen is women accuse men out of jealousy and spite, and that's exactly what this is. The only thing this woman is a victim of is her own desperation. She needs to be the one up on charges. This type of woman makes it so much harder for real victims. Thank you for saying that, Thumper. You're right. You're right. She's in no way scared of Natter. She's in no way scared of him. And if you're someone and you've been through DV, it's hard just to gather up the courage to come forward and tell what happened to you. It takes all of your courage and all of your willpower to do that. And women like Chantal doing this for the reasons why she's doing it, it paints a bad picture on people who are DV survivors, the real survivors who really live in fear every day. It paints a bad picture, and that's not good. Let's see. Meg says, victim shaming is gross. Sure, I guess only when it comes to Chantal. The same woman who shamed May, laughed about her former BFFs, DV and doxed, made fun of another woman. Okie dokie, Chantal, whatever you say. Yeah, she did victim shame May, didn't she? She did do that. Yes, she did. She made fun of May. This woman who's now using DV for sympathy, ass pats, and super chats. This woman, this person here. Yeah, I remember that. And she also, for the record, I remember she also made fun of Frenchie. And Frenchie is a DV survivor. She did that too. So she made fun of these two women who've gone through SA and DV, and now she's trying to use the same thing to make money. Disgusting. Disgusting. And she's using DV, the subject of DV, to punish Natter just because he rejected her. Let's see. I don't want to spend too much time on the comments because I want to get into the live stream. So let's just do that. Hope you guys enjoyed this react. So let's get to, shall we?
Or key lime pie, sorry, Sunny, Lindsay, Jesus Booger, BB, Rhonda, Vicky. Who did I miss? I missed everybody. Kelsey, Katrina, Trixie, Strawberries, Flory, Seneca, Catacombi, morning. Hello, Catacombi. Look at my. Yeah, I fell asleep.
Sorry, guys.
Do I have stuff in my teeth? Or is it just me? I need to brush my teeth and wash my face and everything. I'm a scrub right now. I sent you an email. Please check it out. Okay. I don't like crap. Bagel. Ugh. I don't want to see another bagel or cream cheese again in my life. Go brush your teeth. No, not yet. Hi, Blaze. I'm tired. Why am I on live stream? Can you guys hear this? Hold on a minute. I want to try something.
Yeah, a little preview for the react that I'm going to do after this one. And I'm doing this to give anybody the option who does not want to see certain things. Maybe they might trigger you. Give you the option to opt out if you feel you need to opt out. In the live stream before this one, the one she did last night, the one that she was doing when I went to bed because I couldn't wait up for her to be finished. I was so exhausted that I took a moment of relaxation for myself. I stopped reacting to Chantal. I turned on my computer. I put on a fireplace video. I lit some candles. I lit the incense and I just watched the fireplace video with my cat sleeping next to me. And that was a moment of relaxation that I needed. With all this stuff going on with Chantal, talking about the DV, I needed that moment. But going back to the subject, in the video that she did, that I'm going to cover, she bought $100 in gas station food while she was still eating. And she was impatient for the food to arrive. She actually called the taxi driver, the person getting the food, asking them when they were going to show up. I mean, she was on a serious, serious binge. And she also kept, quote unquote, going to the bathroom. She made several bathroom trips. Several. You know, like, which points in the direction of maybe her powdering her nose during the live stream. I was keeping an eye on her hands to see if she was carrying anything back and forth to the bathroom. I've noticed that Chantal, when she goes to the bathroom now, she will turn her computer chair completely around to block the camera view. But I noticed a couple of times last night when she was coming back, it looked like she had something in her left hand, like her fingers were curled around something. Yeah, saw you, Chantal, saw you. So there was a lot going on in last night's live stream, and I'll cover that in a minute. But for anybody who might get triggered by binge eating or someone who's messed up on chemicals, I'm letting you know now so that you can opt out if that might be too much of a trigger. So yeah, that live stream last night was horrendous. It was bad.
Give me a minute.
Oh, and by the way, Chantal, I can tell you got your face slimming filter on, the contour filter. Anybody, if you ever want to know if Chantal's using that filter, it's a dead giveaway. She's got a very large face, and this is not me picking on her now. This is just pointing something out from an artistic point of view. Her face is wide from the forehead to, say, the top of her cheekbones, correct? And then it comes down almost to a point on her chin. That's how you know she's got the contour filter on. She found a way to use her filters. Yep. Because in other live streams where she wasn't using the filters, you can clearly see her chin, underneath her chin, and you cannot see her neck area. So yeah, I see you over there, Chantal, using your filters again.
This is supposed to be on, but I don't think it's working. Is it not a Bluetooth? I guess it's not a Bluetooth one. Oh well.
Accountable Beauty says she sent Natter groceries. See, I just took a peek over at Natter's live stream and he had a lot of food. A lot. Like bags and bags and bags of food. And that gave me a moment to pause. Did Dee buy those groceries? Did he buy the groceries, or did Chantal buy the groceries? There's no way to really know. But there was a lot of food, like hundreds of dollars in food. Hundreds. I mean, his table was full. So I'm wondering who bought all of that food.
You sent me an email? Okay. Remember, for 9 months, you have done such a brave thing, Chantal, and I understand the fear. Trust me, but he can't hurt you anymore now. Ready, set, release. Thank you so much.
You know, guys, now that I'm thinking about it, seeing the amount of groceries that Natter had in his kitchen, it's I've been thinking about this, okay, and I mentioned this in one of my React videos. This whole thing could be a deep fake. It could be a deep fake. It could be, because we're not around to see. We didn't see Natter actually get arrested or taken to the police station for questioning. We didn't see that. And we didn't see Chantal walk into an actual police station. What we saw her do was drive to a parking lot of where a building was. We don't know what the building was. And she disappeared for 2 hours. And then she came back and she acted like she was still in shock. We saw that. But there's no confirmation she actually talked to the authorities. This could be a deep fake. And if it is a deep fake and she's using DV for attention, for ass pats, for super chats, disgusting. Beyond disgusting. Beyond disgusting. But Chantal is a person, you can't put anything past her. So either A, it's a deep fake and no charges ever got filed, and she's still giving Natter money for groceries, and he's not in trouble, yet he's acting like he is. And this is all just one big ruse on the public. Or if she did press charges, something's going to come out of it. And it's going to take a while for that to happen. And in the meantime, she's free to talk about Natter, get sympathy, get the super chats, the large super chats. Either way, like, if it's real, she's still making money off of it. If it's fake, she's making money off of it. So financially speaking, she wins. But seeing the amount of groceries in his kitchen, I'm just wondering who bought all that stuff. It was a lot of food. It was a lot of money being spent on Adonis. So who bought all that?
No. Well, Tracy, it's because I just woke up. Anyway, I was going to set these lights up. I have to bring BBJ. Yes. BBJ, I just got to check my bank account. Do you guys check your bank account daily? I got to bring BBJ to the vets.
Why are you checking your bank account? Why are you checking your bank account? Strange that she's checking her bank account now, right after Natter and Dee Dee just went to the grocery store. Huh. So they make a grocery store trip and you got to check your bank account? Why? Very sus. Why is she checking her bank account? This woman spends money like it's going out of style. She doesn't care where she spends her money. I mean, she'll drop $1,000 on wigs like it's nobody's business. And she did a Amazon haul where she bought a whole bunch of just whatever stuff. Why is she checking her bank account? Why now? Why after his grocery trip? See, I got questions. I'm suspicious of this whole thing right now.
You know what? Preach.
Accountable Beauty says last night she logged off fast to give Dee Dee and Natter giant tiger money. Well, they went to Adonis, did they not? Well, it doesn't matter where they went, whether it's Giant Tiger or Adonis. There was a whole lot of groceries in his kitchen. A lot of money. Where'd that money come from? Did it come from Dee Dee? Did it come from Natter? Or did it come from Chantal?
Tracy Turnblood, love your headscarf. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you, Free Tracy Turnblood. Hi, Andrew and Sandy. Good morning, guys. Miss TN, it's private. Don't read it out loud. Oh, your email? Okay. No, I won't. So I blocked some people. Because they're getting on my effing nerves. Sorry, Jay. Should I just unblock them right now? Hookah Mom 13, don't smoke if BBJ has a vet appointment. No, I'm not smoking. I'm not smoking.
So BBJ is supposed to have a vet appointment today. Does she look like she's ready to go to the vet? She hasn't had a shower. She's not brushed her teeth. She could be getting ready right now, but she's doing this live stream, which could wait till later. She could wait till after the vet appointment to do this live stream and then giving everybody an update about what's going on with BBJ, what's going on with Sam. But here she is doing a live stream first because she wants that sympathy and she wants those super chats before she goes anywhere, if she goes anywhere.
I blocked EG. I think I blocked EG again. They were getting on my major nerves. Okay. Stop unblocking the assholes. I want to put up these lights on my door. I am going to, so I want to say I am pursuing this legal stuff behind the scenes, mostly in private. I have nothing to hide. Chance Juicy Tarot. Hi Chantal, hope you're okay going through all this. Thank you so much. Ready, set, repeat, Chance Juicy Tarot. No, I'm not okay. Hi Tiffany. Because this is fucking overwhelming as fuck. Hi Plain Cheeseburgers.
How is she pursuing this privately? She should be pursuing this privately, not talking about Natter, just kind of keeping it under her hat before everything happens. She's being very public about everything, and she's still talking about him. And again, if this is in any way real, she shouldn't be talking about him. She gets on live stream and she gets high, and she runs her mouth. She gets so high she just forgets what she says, and anything she says can be used in a court of law. Chantal, if you want to help your case, if there even is one, you need to shut up. And you need to stop talking about Natter. Because anything you say, you put in a live stream, he can use against you later.
And then I have to watch at the same time I don't know. I don't know why people are like even questioning my motive like it matters. Like,
oh, we're questioning, all right, because we know you. Anybody that's watched you for 5 minutes knows how you are. You're vindictive and you're evil. Point blank, period. You're vindictive and you're evil. You always have been. You have been this way for years. You're a spoiled, rotten adult brat that you want to get your way. You're all about getting your way, no matter what it takes. And the clip that I played from Twitter kind of proves that. That you are an adult toddler, that you want what you want. Nobody ever should tell you no. And you're not above going against somebody and making up lies and being vindictive to get them in trouble. I am going to die on the hill with this. I think that Chantal, when she met up with Natter, that she learned that he was on probation and she saw his financial situation and thought she could benefit from that by dangling the golden pear in front of his face and saying, oh, I make all this money. She wanted to be with Natter. From the very beginning, she wanted to be with Natter more than just a friend. And she used her money to get his attention, and it worked. It got his attention. And maybe behind the scenes, they had this deal worked out where if you're my companion, you let me hang out with you, you let me talk about you, then I'll give you X amount of dollars per month. That could have happened. And he just signed on thinking, oh, it's easy money. Why not? And so, they started off that way, being friends to each other and her using him for content. And then she really started to like him and she got attached because with Chantal, there's no dating her. Okay. There's no dating. Let's have coffee. Let's get to know each other. No, with Chantal, if you go out with her once or you're around her once, she's going to fall in love with you and she's going to be the one making wedding plans in her head before you even know her last name. So she got all wrapped around Natter, and knowing that he is on probation, she probably got it locked in her head. Hey, if this guy ever tries to run and get away from me, or if he dares to try to find somebody else, I'm going to reel him back in by punishing him. Because she is that female, she'd rather see him in jail than see him be with another woman or run off and be away from her. Natter was planning to move to Montreal. And let's keep that in mind. He's moving to Montreal, or he said he was, okay? Ask yourself, why would he be moving to Montreal? Why? It's because I feel he wants to be away from Chantal, and he knows how she is. He knew that if he stayed in Gatineau, that she would forever be coming around bothering him. So he wanted to move away as far as possible. And knowing it would be difficult for her to make that long trip, he was trying to put some space between them. So he was planning on moving to Montreal. And right when he's ready to pull the trigger on that, she comes up with this crap. So you guys put the pieces together.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck if I was a jealous lover? I'm not.
Was? What do you mean was? You still are. For over 2 weeks, you were going off about the fact that Dee was there. Y'all remember all those live streams. All that time. Think back. In those 2 weeks, was she talking about the DV? Was she? Was she scared of him? Was she coming on camera talking about it? No. It was all about Dee Dee being there. Dee Dee this, Dee Dee that. Yep. So there's no was. You are jealous and you're angry that somebody else has taken what you feel to be your spot. Somebody else there in his house spending time with him. Somebody that he actually likes to the point where she doesn't have to pay a cover fee to get into Club Natter. No, that's you. Because Natter doesn't like you to the point where he makes you pay lots of money just to be around. That's how much he can't stand you. But still, that was your spot. And somebody else is in your spot, and that got you enraged. Absolutely enraged. And you acted on it. And here we are.
And actually, if I wanted people, it pisses me off to see people saying shit like, hi, Jojo. People saying shit like, you're just mad, you're just rejected lover, and that's why you're doing this.
Yep, I believe that. I really believe that. No one can change my mind about that. You're doing this out of just, you're a scorned woman. You're a scorned, vengeful, vile, disgusting woman. You're so disgusting. I even hate the fact that I have to call you a woman. You're a shame to all women. For the way that you are and the things you're doing right now, you're a shame to all women. I hate calling you a woman, but just for argument's sake, I guess I'll do that. Because you are of a female gender. But you're not a real woman. A real woman would take care of her business, and you don't. You don't. You come on YouTube and you expose everybody to toxic topics, triggering everybody because you want sympathy, because you want attention. And you don't care how it affects other people, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be very ashamed of yourself, but that's the thing with you. You have no shame. And that's why you can do a lot of the things that you do, because you have no shame. You have no sense of morals or values. Yeah, that's you.
If I was a rejected lover, I would have brought him to Windsor. I would have like gone back to him.
You know why you didn't take him to Windsor with you? You know why? Because you, again, you're a jealous person. You got your insecurities. Let's call things by the right names here. You didn't take him to Windsor because you did not want him looking at Carly. You did not want him eyeballing Carly up and down. She's an attractive young lady. You didn't want him being around Carly. You didn't want him being around Carly. That's why you didn't do it.
I like it. My motive doesn't matter. His actions do exactly.
Ah, there we go. Your motive doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It does matter. It does matter. So you're saying that your motive doesn't matter? That it's okay to go to the cops out of vindictiveness? Out of spitefulness? That's okay? No, it's not okay.
Victim shaming is fucking gross. There's 300 people who liked his his community post. Like really, like that. He's like, oh, he's a cocky bastard. Oh, shut up, Chantal. Goodbye. Let's just have just positive users here. Anyway, I don't care if it's boring. Fuck that shit. Because even this will end, and we will move on and do fun things.
It could end right now. It could end right now. Chantal, if you put things in motion to put this man in jail or a court case to where there's going to be justice that is served, because if Natter hurt you, if he did the essay, if he did the DV and it's proved, he's going to jail, justice will be served. Now it's in legal hands, if it's even real. And I've got my doubts because it's you we're talking about and you lie. And we didn't see him go to jail. We did not see him being picked up by the cops. We did not see you walk into a police station. We did not see you actually talk to an officer. So there's that element of doubt there of maybe this, maybe that. But if something real has happened, the justice system will now handle it. And you could turn away right now and talk about other things. And honestly, you should. Because you going online and talking about Natter, trying to poke at him, it's going to work against you. You could start right now giving your members other content besides Natter, but you're not doing it. You're just continuing to talk about him and do the same old thing you ever did.
It's not our business anyway, and this you're gonna have 100 different opinions from people. You did what you did for a reason. We don't know shit behind the scenes. It's because I have a million things in my head going on, for sure. It doesn't change that he's an abuser and he needs to be punished. He needs to learn. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't find that. Sandy's serious. Stand your ground. You did the right thing. And you guys know, like, I think people just know that I question myself. Like, of course I'm questioning, like, what the right thing to do is. And without a doubt, like, I don't know. Of course I should have done it right away. But, like,
you know, as far going back to Natter getting groceries today. Again, I don't know if Natter bought those groceries. I don't know if Dee Dee bought them or if Chantal bought them. But I will say this, if Chantal sent him money to buy groceries and she's got an active case against him, do you know that's going to work against her? It's going to work against her. He can bring that up in court. Oh, she brought these charges against me and then she bought me groceries. How's that going to look in court? How's it going to look? If she's the one that bought all that stuff, how's it going to look? So if you bought those groceries, Chantal, it's going to work against you in a court of law. Yes, it is. It's going to get brought up. Or if there's no case, well, then I said what I said about the fact that I think it's disgusting that this whole thing is a deep, severe fake. It's a ruse you're pulling on everybody. And using DV to make money again, horrible, vile, disgusting, deplorable. I ain't got enough words for it.
Nobody usually does it right away. I'm not like saying that it's okay. Like you should report stuff like that right away. And I might lose this case because of the fact that I didn't. And I don't know, but I don't know what me doing drugs has to do, like that somehow. Me doing drugs, driving. You're saying I'm driving under the influence, which you have no fucking proof of. I didn't.
Oh, we got proof of that. We got proof of that. The reaction channels, we got all the live streams you deleted where you're driving high. Also, ma'am, although it may not be pertinent to the case, there's also many live streams where you're doing distracted driving, live streaming, eating, being on your phone. Yeah, that's a criminal offense. Yeah, it is. I mean, all that stuff and more can be brought to the table, you know, to show character. That stuff's going to hurt you too.
Fucking do. You don't get justice for rejection. So that's the thing, Biggest Beezer. What does rejection have to do with anything?
Well, as far as the prosecution, they can simply show a timeline of events that happened. The fact that you were good with Natter, and then he brought this other woman in, spent time around her. All those live streams where you were raging about Natter and raging about Dee Dee, that can be brought into the case to show your rage, to show your jealousy, and then him trying to move, him doing community posts and videos talking about the move, and then this happened. You know, it's all about just showing a timeline of events that point to the direction of something that might have happened. You know, and the prosecution is absolutely going to do that if they have a case.
Does that erase the fact that he fucking put his hands on me? Put his cigarette on me? Punched my body? Does that negate anything that happened or what?
So you're going to go into a courtroom and you're going to say he did all these things to me. And then the judge is going to look at you and say, ma'am, do you have any proof? Are there any photographs? Are there any video clips? Is there anything to support what you're saying? They're going to look for that. They're going to ask for that because of the fact that these things happened. And during all the time that you were around Natter, you were giving him money, you were paying his rent, you were buying him things, and there's live streams to prove that you were doing these things. You were taking him on shopping trips, you took him to Montreal. I mean, you're trying to build a case that this person is dangerous, that he was abusive, but then there's all this video evidence that you were doing things with him, that you lived in a separate location and you were going to his house. You were spending money on him, you were taking him on trips, that, you know, you bought your own ring to be engaged to him. They're going to look at that and go, that looks weird. That looks weird. That all these things happen and she felt in danger for herself, and yet these things occurred. They're going to look at that and there's going to be a big old question mark in the air, and that's why proof is going to be important to the case.
You're entitled to feel guilt at how long he's manipulated me. I've taken action against that monster. Thank you, plain cheeseburgers, Lambo. I'm not expecting like ass pats up. Like people are like, you've defended him for 10 months, blah blah blah. Like I'm not.
No, she's not expecting ass pats. She's expecting super chats. She wants to make money with this. And again, if this was not money motivated, she could easily demonetize the stream, which she's not going to do because she's getting the big super chats right now. She got a lot last night, the lot the night before. This is profitable to her.
Asking for ass pats or anything, actually.
No, she's just expecting them.
Get a lawyer. He did hit the vape while driving on street. I hit the vape one puff, and I didn't even have a buzz. So no, I wasn't driving under the influence. We will leave you, Chantal, and have your back. It's only natural to have doubts. Hey! Hey! Bad boys! It's only natural to have doubts, but you did the right thing. A woman gets abused roughly 30 times before she leaves. Natter's an asshole. I don't think people question it. That's just why people question the motive. Most people believe your story. Tell Natter D not to hate you as you're beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Sam! Sam! Catacombi! Yay! Welcome to Grandport Beezers! Reset Bees! I don't care how long it took, you did the right thing. I'm proud as fuck. I mean, the victim shaming on her is disgusting. I wanted her to leave him, and now she doesn't fancy. Well, yeah. It's not even just that, it's just that, like, it doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter in this case what motive is. Like, something happened, but the thing is, it's like my word against his.
Right.
But
and he can easily say these things did not happen, and unless you have proof, it's your word against his. And if you got all these live streams where you were buying him things and you were defending him, it's going to look funny in a court of law. It's going to look real funny. It's going to cast enough doubt to where nothing's going to happen.
It come online every single time he abused me or did something bad, and I talked about it. That's the only advantage I have, but it still doesn't prove anything. How do you fucking prove something like that? Victims get blamed all the time.
Well, generally you have some kind of proof, pictures of bruises and things like that. Again, it's about not what you say, but what you can prove. Just going into a court of law and just having your words it's not good enough. You need proof.
You need to stand firm and do what you can to stop him. I will. I'm not going to miss the vet appointment. Hey, Tater. Lawyer up and you will feel better. Maybe, maybe I should lawyer up. Whether it took you 10 days or 10 months to finally free yourself of him, you did it, and that's all that matters. Thank you, Leslie. Keeping it real, Sandy and Ange, member for 5 months. You did the right thing. Anyone that defends him is sick. We are so proud of you. Reset Rebees! Thank you, Sandy and Ange. Well, the thing is that you won't have to go to court, probably. Provide my statement. I might have to go to court, they said, so I probably will have to.
And I want to point something out. If Chantal had an open and shut case, and she knew without a doubt that she was going to win, she would not be stress eating right now. She would not be doing the binge eating, which she's been doing a lot of ever since the day when she went to the police, allegedly. I feel, and this is just my feeling now, the reason why she's doing all of the stress eating, the binge eating, is because she knows she doesn't have an open and shut case. That there's a lot of video evidence out there to prove that this is about her being vindictive and getting back at him just because he's with another woman. She knows it's not an open and shut case, and she might be worried that instead of Natter getting in trouble, she's going to get in trouble. You know, a lot of negative things could come out of this for her. A lot. I'm sure she's not worried about the money as far as paying the lawyers. I mean, she's got the funds. That's not part of the stress. It's the fact that, you know, she took things too far. So unless this is a deep fake, this is a deep fake out to everybody, and her using this DV angle and, oh, I allegedly went to the cops, even though nobody knows if she actually went to the cops. There's no proof of that. It's just her word, and we know how much her word is worth these days. if this isn't a deep fake and she actually pushed it that far, she's stressing out because A, she knows that Natter is never coming back. He's never coming back. It's a done deal. Natter wanted her to leave him alone, and now she has to leave him alone. Now she has to. And she might go to a court of law, and charges might be brought against her. We don't know. And so, like, she is basically eating her feelings and eating her stress like nobody's business.
I was in an abusive relationship for over a year and never went to the police. You've been abused to the point of you. I think people... Lauren Serpenetto, member for 6 months. I support your decision to report him. He's a turd and needs to pay for what he did. I care about your well-being, and this will give you some peace. Thank you, Ready, Set, Rebees! Thank you, Lauren. Yes, I don't know. I mean...
See, everybody's saying he needs to pay for what he did. If he did things to Chantal, and I'll say it one more time, yes, he did. He needs to be in jail. He needs to be in jail. But what do we know for sure what he did? What do we know for sure, without a question, that he did? Chantal has said that he abused her, he did all these things, but how do we know it actually happened? How do we really, really know? We don't know. Again, it's her word against his. We know that Chantal likes to embellish things. She likes to lie. So how do we know all these things actually happened? I mean, she said all these horrible things about Natter. Oh, he's got the black-eyed rage and he's scary and this, that, and the other thing. And then she took it all back, remember? And she tried to paint this picture of Natter like, you know, like he's not such a bad guy. And she gave him a channel. So you have to really doubt everything going on. I wish she were a truthful person. I wish she were honest. Then we would know what is truthful and what isn't. But in Chantal's case, because of her being on YouTube and making money off drama, you have to doubt and question everything, including the things she said about Natter. Natter has a record of things he's done in the past, but just because he did things in the past doesn't mean he did things to Chantal. I am not taking up for Natter. I am just giving another point of view. He did other things with other women. That's those other women. And this is Chantal. It's only important what he did to Chantal. What happened between him and Chantal. We have got to pay attention to that. The courts may look at his past and go, well, there is a pattern of behavior here. But just because there's a pattern doesn't mean the pattern continued with another person in front of them. It could have stopped, and this whole situation with Chantal is a different story. I'm sure the courts, if this case is real, they're going to look at all that.
The CPAP rescue are both documented incidents. The cop asked me about that. Julia was block plain cheeseburgers.
Pizza Patty says, honestly, and I'm sure others here would encourage you to stop talking about him on here. He loves the fact that you can't stop talking about him, and it's only going to get you in trouble. Stay silent. Well, that's one thing that Chantal does not know how to do, is to shut up and stay silent and not talk about certain things. She runs her mouth, especially when she's high. You know, if somebody wanted to give Chantal an impossible task that she could not complete, it would be to stay silent. She cannot do that. She can't. She has to keep running her mouth. And it's going to come back and bite her in her big butt if she goes to court.
Talk to victim services. I know. It's like hard for me to accept the term victim. I'm tired of just like seeing like, oh, you would go back if you want. Like, no fucking way. In a million fucking years. It's so like, it's just disheartening because the whole issue is not about me wanting him back or not.
Erica A says, people are questioning your motive because you keep bringing up how Dee Dee is still there. If Dee Dee wasn't there, you wouldn't have reported him. True. Absolutely true. And I'm going to bring this up. If Natter is an abusive person, right? That's what she says. If Natter did all these horrible things to Chantal and she wanted justice for it, why is she still focused on Dee Dee being there? If Natter is this horrible monster, this horrible abusive monster, why is she still focused on what Natter is doing and the fact that Dee Dee's still there? I mean, if you've been abused by somebody, if they're with somebody else, you're going to feel a sense of relief that they're not focused on you anymore. They've moved on with somebody and you can start your healing, correct? You've been abused by somebody, and if you are genuinely afraid of them, any space you can put between yourself and that person, or any way that they're distracted by another person, you're going to feel a sense of relief that if you're afraid of them, that they're not focused on you, that you can just move on with your life. But last night, she was checking his community posts, and she learned about the fact that he was going to the grocery store today. So this horrible abusive person that she should be moving away from, she's still keeping tabs on and checking to see what he's doing, and is Dee Dee still there? And I'm sorry, that looks very strange to me. You know, if you're done with somebody and they've been abusive, you walk away. You're not paying attention to who they're with and what they're doing. You're like, I'm out of here. I'm free. I can live my life now. I can start to heal. You're not paying attention to who they're in a relationship with. You don't care.
You know, it's not about that. And like, if I did, it would have been, I would have brought him to Windsor to make things up. That was the whole plan. Chance, juicy chair, all of us believe you. You're real supporters and fans of years, and we will stand with you. You're stronger than you know, and we love you, girl. Thanks, Chance, juicy tarot. It means a lot. Thank you.
Pizza Patty says, if you don't think he's finding a way to sue you, to charge you with any little thing, think again. Someone else will fund all of this just like you did. You're not the only sucker. Yeah, that's something that might happen. You know, like she's bringing these charges against him. He might countersue. I know one of the things already that he could sue her for, slander, because she claimed that he gave her Gano, and then she turned around and said, no, he didn't give me Gano, but she did it on a public platform. He could sue her for that. He could. And a few other things. So this could all turn around on Chantal.
Yes, Lambo. Please don't listen to people who support his ads. I honestly wouldn't trust anyone on social media. You don't know anyone personally, so stick with family advice. Love you, girl. Thank you, thank you. Took me 2 years to leave an abusive relationship. Yeah, he'll find someone to fund. He'd like to comment about starting a GoFundMe. I will report your GoFundMe. GoFundMe?
See, she's still keeping tabs on him. He's not contacting her. He's not allowed to. But she's keeping tabs on every move he makes. And if he doesn't GoFundMe, what's that got to do with you, Chantal? Nothing.
For what? Unbelievable.
Well, if he's doing a GoFundMe, it could be for legal costs, because that's very expensive. And again, I'm not sticking up for Natter. I'm just giving the other side of the story here. She's checking out his community tab, finding out what he's doing. She probably watches his live stream still. She has gone on record as saying that when he goes live, that she will stop everything and watch him just because it makes her excited. She has said that. And now she's all up in arms because he's doing a GoFundMe. That's probably to cover legal costs if he does have to go to trial.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to I don't want to think about him every fucking day. And having to do this legal shit, I have to think about him every fucking day. But at the same time, I think about, like, sitting in the kitchen, him screaming at me and me looking at him thinking, you're gonna fucking pay for this someday. And honestly, me not picking him up, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't, exactly. And
Okay, Purple Melon says, why is he out of jail? How are the police not worried for your safety? Well, Chantal said he got arrested. She said that. He got arrested. But it sounds like there was no arrest made. It was him being picked up for questioning. Because if Natter had been arrested, he would be in jail right now. They picked him up for questioning and they let him go home. If he had been arrested, even if they arrested him and he had a panic attack, because I heard he also went to the hospital for something, even if you're at the hospital, if you've been arrested, you're at the hospital, and the moment that you're let go, they take you right back to jail. You don't get to go home. So it sounds like they picked him up for questioning. They allowed him to go back home. Again, I don't know if there's even a court case with this whole thing. It could be a deep fake. I'm one of those people that unless I see it, I'm not going to believe it. And with Chantal, that's certainly true. But her saying that he's been arrested and the fact that he's back home already and buying groceries, I mean, that doesn't look right. That means he did not get arrested.
not bringing him to Windsor was, like, for me, symbolic for me that I didn't want to work on it. I wanted to move on, but I still talk to him even in Windsor. So at some point, I had changed my mind. I've changed my mind.
You're talking to him in Windsor, and let's not forget, y'all, 2 weeks ago, she sent him money. She sent him money. She sent him over what, $200? She sent him money before she left Windsor.
1,000 times to be with him or not. And my point is, it doesn't fucking matter. Because that doesn't give him the right to fucking hit me. Period. And I'm the woman who excused it most. I'm the one who made it okay. I let him do it. Because I cared about him. I liked him.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this in there, and this is just a talking point. Do y'all remember me making a video, and I've said this in many different reacts, that I have this suspicion that Natter and Chantal were or are involved in a situation. Chantal, I feel that there's strong indicators that point in the direction of her having a degradation, humiliation fetish. And Natter is the person that she went to get her fetish fulfilled. I know it's something that a lot of people don't understand or know about, but there are people in the world that get off on being humiliated and degraded. Also, the things that I've seen, there are strong indicators that there was also an element of financial domination. Because again, there are people in the world that have a fetish for other people taking their money, and really they don't get anything back. And I've seen that all through the time that Natter's been with Chantal, because she'll buy him things, and then there's no intimacy involved. That could point to financial domination. In the past, we've seen Chantal come home with bruises. She'll show off the bruises. As a matter of fact, she was proud of some of those bruises. And she's talked about the sex being rough. How do we know, and this is why I'm bringing this up, how do we know that some of the things that happened between Natter and Chantal, they weren't abusive at the time, they were consensual? There's some people that like rough sex, and maybe she wanted that with Natter. I mean, you have to look at it from every angle here, because Chantal is never going to come forward with the exact total truth. She's going to warp the truth into whatever she wants at the moment. So maybe things before were consensual, and now because she's angry and she's being vindictive, She can turn that part of their relationship before into something else. I'm just exploring all the angles here. What do you guys think?
And I didn't want to lose him, so I excused it. And now I fucking hate him. I loved him, or I thought I liked him. Now I hate him. That's the difference.
She hates him, but yet she's keeping tabs on everything he does. Watching his live streams, going to his community tab. Let me tell you something, Chantal. When you're really done with somebody, when you really hate somebody, you turn your back and you don't turn around. If you're still paying attention, you don't hate him that much.
Mm-hmm. All right. Unroll a strip light before usage. Okay. I don't know, maybe not. And find dates and stuff. So. Okay, why do I have little screws?
Okay, Purple Melon says, people in Natter's community post are saying you tried to break into his house. Well, I do remember the live stream long ago where Chantal and Natter were going back and forth with each other. And she was playing a game with Natter. He was calling her. She wasn't answering her phone. So when she called him, he wasn't answering his phone. And she was frantic that night. She was, I don't know how long some of you have been on my channel or been watching Chantal, but for those who've been watching for a while, you do remember, I'm sure, the live stream where she was so frantic that he would not answer her phone calls, that she drove over to his house. And, you know, she was trying the door and peeking in the window. Okay. So I don't know if she was trying to break into the house, but she went over there in a panic because she thought he was with another woman.
For this in the purse if you go to court. I do love a good courtroom legal episode. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I know I'm not like, I don't seem like your typical beaten and battered victim. Maybe that's why people are like, I don't know. At the end of the day, nothing changes the fact that Natter's a piece of shit woman abuser. Exactly. And at the end of the day, I'm not the only woman who made reports.
Rhonda says, you can hurt your case, but he's not going to be able to say a word. And they're going to ask, why did you keep talking bad online? Were you trying to anger him? His lawyer will tear you apart. Yes, they will. This is a dream case for any prosecutor. This is a dream case. They're going to tear her apart on the witness stand. And if she lies, they can get her for perjury.
If you're like, I'm not the only one. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. Does anyone Joni? Literally, coercion is abuse and it can be illegal. Yep. What is like, what do you mean in this case? And emotional abuse, like that's the thing. This is not just like a normal tit for tat relationship. That's how I feel like I've treated it, and that's how I feel like other people see it. This is like, this was an abuse.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is not a normal tit for tat relationship. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now, Chantal? Are you serious? That's all that you and Natter have done for the past 10 months is this struggle for power over each other, tit for tat, tit for tat. You do this, I do that. The constant live streams of you say this and then I'm going to reply back to you and then I'll do a live stream in anger. It's been nothing but tit for tat because there was never any love in the relationship. There was never any love at all. It was never a case of he was proud to be with you and show you off and claim you. And that, madam, was part of the problem. You wanted him to claim you. You wanted him to really love you. You said yourself, all he has to do is fake love me. Well, he wasn't willing to do that. And so a lot of aggravation and anger came because of that. And so the two of you engaged actively in tit for tat online on YouTube in front of everybody.
Abusive relationship, very abusive. Like textbook almost. The cycles that, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. Did I get violent on the tequila night? Yeah, very violent, but not. Yes, like not like he didn't like physically hit me, but other things happened. Basically, make you do something you don't want.
You do realize, Chantal, by talking extensively about what allegedly happened, if you can't prove it, this can be used against you. The fact that you're making these claims in front of people, that can be used against you. Yep.
Want to do by guilting you? You don't love me begging. Nobody knows how to handle it when they're in this middle of it all. It's scary and chaotic. Nobody knows how to handle it when they're in the middle of it. It's all scary and chaotic. There's a part of it of you that still loves a monster. Remember, I'm here for you. Thank you so much. She deserves justice, period. You went in with bells on and dragging your wallet. So what? Doesn't matter. Chance Juicy Tarot, put music on, order groceries, relax, stop thinking. Thanks, Chance Juicy Tarot. He'll keep saying what he did or didn't do. That's the thing, I mean, yeah, I know it will be used. That's fine. I mean,
you know, a lot of people in her chat keep telling her repeatedly to stop talking about this, to be careful of what she says because it will be used against her. For the past few days, everybody's been telling her that, and she's just not listening.
Like I said, I have nothing to hide, and it doesn't matter if I went there and loved. It doesn't matter if I loved. So what? What am I guilty of falling in love with the wrong person? Is that what you're telling me? Like you condoned it. You like. I don't get what your point is. It's so stupid of a friggin' reason. What is this stuff?
You know, I'm just going to say what I'm feeling. I think that what Chantal's doing as far as making trouble for Natter, there were two motives. One, to get Dee Dee away from Natter. Two, to stop him from moving far away to Montreal. She knew that he was going to be moving to Montreal soon, and this is her twisted, demented way to stop him from moving far away. Those are my thoughts. It's not about getting justice for whatever it is that happened to her. I have doubts about the things she said that happened to her. And again, if he's done anything to her and it can be proved, he needs to be in jail. But when you look at the timeline of things that happened, it looks bad. It looks really bad that her motive was purely to be vindictive because she did not like another woman being next to what she considers to be her man and to stop him from leaving her. Nobody leaves Chantal.
Yeah, so there. When it was reported doesn't matter. The fact that any abuse happened to report is what matters. Fuck anyone who thinks otherwise. Exactly. Screw the negative comments. It's pissing me off. These people have obviously never been hit or mentally, emotionally abused. It's true. I don't think a lot of people have. Because I used to have the same attitude. It's just hard. Using this to tell you I believe in you. I'm here if you need me. Your abusers love you and you are stronger than you believe you are. Recent repeats. Thank you, damn it, Amber. I appreciate it. Yes, plain cheeseburgers. Yeah. And like people probably think just because you're with somebody, like I had consensual sex with him too. It's not just that. It doesn't matter. You can have consensual sex, but if you're not comfortable with a sexual act and you say no, and you clearly say no, and the person does it anyway, that's sexual abuse, especially if it hurts you. I always said from the get-go, I don't condone what he did just because I go back to him. It still happened. It's just that I was choosing to forgive him for it, to go back to him and to be able to be with him because I missed him. Yeah, so what? Look, a mom 13. Is that why you had bleeding? You should really see a doctor to make sure you're okay. Could help your case. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's a good super chat. Alana Sunshine says, honest question. Why are you constantly stalking his YouTube, reading his comments, watching his channels? Yeah, why, Chantal? Why?
I should. Thank you. Alana Sunshine, honest question. Why are you constantly stalking his YouTube, reading his comments, watching his channel? Whatever. You would too. Amanda, welcome.
See, she glossed right past that question. That was an honest question, and it wasn't said in any way disrespectful, and she's not going to answer it. I'll give the answer to you, Alana, because she's obsessed with the guy. She said herself in a live stream that she is addicted to Natter. And when you are addicted to anything, whether it be a person or a substance or anything, you need help to get away from your addiction. You need therapy. You need to talk to somebody. You need different coping mechanisms. And there's not a single addiction that Chantal has, and she's got several, that she has even begun to get therapy for, that she has talked to anybody about. So what happens when you have an addiction and you're not seeking help and you're not going into therapy? The addiction continues. And it's not going to stop until you learn how to deal with it properly.
The very important pieces, ready, set, peace. Some of y'all are buttholes. Welcome, Amanda. Really, pizza patty. Yeah, gee. I don't know. I don't know. Trigger heavy jack, yeah. Yes, I have an home alarm system on the way, and I ordered fucking pepper spray that I'm gonna sleep with. And
You know what? I could be wrong, but I seriously doubt that Natter is a danger to Chantal. If he's been in trouble with the law, And the law's looking at him right now because of all this stuff going on. He's not going to make a move against Chantal. He's not going to go to her house. He's not going to send anybody else there. So, like, as far as that goes, I feel that she's safe. He's not going to make one move against Chantal. He's not going to talk about her. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think Natter is that stupid that he would do anything to Chantal knowing that the law is eyeballing him.
And my point is, better late than never. And the law will handle it and decide if he's fucking innocent or not. Again, I'm not the only one with complaints against him. I also, the maid, I never fucking lied for him. Anything that I said about May, I believed was the truth at the time. And I,
You know, you insulted May. You did. You did. You were going after May. You went after her, insulting her. And on top of that, you, madam, knowing that French fry girl, FFG, knowing what she's been through, knowing the severity of it, you gave your phone to Natter and let him talk to her. You gave your phone to a person that you knew was abusive, possibly violent and dangerous, to someone who's a survivor of DV, severe DV. On top of that, you also made fun of FFG in one of your live streams. Your little Halloween costume, blood dripping down your head. Yeah, you were doing that against FFG also. You did that too. Disgusting.
I can prove that, and that's easily provable. Say I'm on drugs, whatever, I'm on legal drugs. You can't prove that I was driving under the influence.
We got videos of that, but go ahead.
At the time, you have nothing, so shut the fuck up, get a life. I didn't try to break in his house. Again, I drove to his house to see if he was home. I knocked at the door. Nothing. So
You peeked in his window.
I left. Big deal. The second time I went to his house on camera, he said I could go get my stuff.
Yeah, and there were several times that he told you, come get your stuff. Just come get it. He gave you the opportunity to come get your stuff. You didn't want this stuff. You wanted him. And you didn't want to take your stuff out of the house because that's one of the ways that you use to get access to people. To keep access to people that you still want to talk to. You've done it with BB. Like some of your stuff is still at BB's house. You never completely took all your stuff, and you do that just so you have a reason to talk to that person and keep bothering them. You know, you got to tell. You find a guy you like and you leave your stuff over at their house just so you can talk to them. You did it with BB, you did it with Natter, and now Roman has got your glasses over at his house. I don't feel that you left them over there by accident. You left them over there on purpose so you can talk to Roman. So you got a whole history of leaving your stuff at other people's houses that you like. Funny how it's all men, though. It's not women, it's men.
I mean, really, people are just like really, really desperately grasping at things.
Nah, you're just desperate because you know there's all kinds of video evidence of all kinds of things, and you're probably wondering what's going to be brought up in court. What things are they going to expose me with? And you're wondering if it's all going to backfire on you. The fact that you are trying to use your vindictive, evil nature to one-up somebody, and it's going to turn around and bite you in your big behind.
All that doesn't negate anything that happened. So whatever. They can see what he did to your CPAP machine. It made you beg for your stuff and broke it. Exactly.
He didn't break the CPAP machine. He didn't break it. If the CPAP machine were broken, then that means it could no longer be used. Chantal got it back. She had to buy a mask. She had to buy hoses, but it wasn't broken. It's just that pieces were missing. That does not mean it was broken. It just meant that certain pieces to make it work were not there. Oh, I think I forgot one other piece, the power cord. So she had to buy a new power cord, maybe some new hoses. I'm not quite sure what parts were missing, but the machine itself was never broken.
That's why victim shaming is a lot why people suffer in silence. Well, yeah, because you're going through something fucking mentally tormenting, emotionally tormenting.
And you're not helping yourself by paying attention to him. You are choosing, madam, to look at his community posts. You are choosing to watch his live streams. You are choosing to pay attention to everything about him when you should be turning away.
And you have people just like calling you a liar and everything.
You are a liar,
But
though.
whatever. They have to live with themselves. It doesn't fucking matter. They're stupid. What is this? Sober. You people are like, funny how a lot of these super chats and people in here were upset about her not believing me, but then are literally doing the same thing to Chantal. Exactly. Many women go back for years. ASM. Yay, thank you for the super chats. Look, Mom, it's illegal to drive under the influence. I hit the vape once a long time ago, months ago, and I wasn't high. After hitting it once, I didn't even inhale it.
So you admit to using it. That was stupid.
Anything else you want to try to grasp at? Makes me a horrible person hitting the vape once? Sorry. What else? So you can actually cut this stuff, guys. Marijuana and alcohol are different, but what is your point? Am I going to be arrested for that one little hit? Ooh, okay, call cops. Do it. Hi, sweet vintage Zoe. You just kind of put your own foot in your mouth, but okay. Desperately reaching.
Shay says, let's see. Oh, wait, never mind.
So you're saying you have been under the influence. Yeah. As if that, like, the one time, so basically Puka Mom is saying, like, the one time I hit a vape allows Natter to, like, put his hands on me. That's what you're saying. Okay. What is this stuff? I don't understand. I don't get it. I need to look this up. Yeah. Yes, I am not talking anymore. I just want to say that it's bullshit what people are saying. That's just my opinion on it. And yes, my VIB area is going to be my fucking hug box. There's so many areas everywhere else on the internet where I'm involved is fucking hateful. So you know what? I get to have a place where I can come and fucking talk to you guys and have fun and de-stress. Fuck that shit. You should private all your videos where you said things out of anger and then change the story when you got back together.
Oh, here we go. Penny J says you should private all your videos where you said things out of anger and then change the story when you got back together. So basically, all of your videos. Yep.
No, that's not true.
It is
And
true.
no, I'm unprivating all my videos. I have nothing to hide.
Oh,
Because every single...
oh. So she's going to unprivate her videos. What about all the videos you dirty deleted? She got rid of all those videos, right? She didn't private those videos. She dirty deleted. She deleted them. All the really spicy ones, she deleted those.
It doesn't... I don't change the story about what happened.
Yes, you do.
I know that for a fact.
We know
I think
better.
slow mode is on, damn it, Amber. Ugh. Do not listen to what others are saying. Do not watch them. Why did you block them? Knowing this guy, he's gonna have somebody funding a lawyer for him. Yep. He always seems to win. Huh. Well, maybe he's met his match. Keisha, he can't control his anger. Take every precaution. I'm not fucking afraid of his fucking ass. I mean, right now I'm not. Because I'm angry. I have been afraid of him, but I'm just saying something you'll regret. Maybe you say to try to weaken your credibility. I know. Some desperate hag will probably fund him. Yep, probably.
See, everybody's telling her to shut up about Nader, that she's only hurting her case by talking about him, and she continues to talk about him.
When I met him, I was gonna pay $5,000 for a lawyer for him for his immigration case. He was trying to get me to help him pay a lawyer when I met him. Fucking how things are come to a complete circle. I stand with you and will stand up for you. Much love, Chantal. Thank you, G. Emerald skies. Yes. Oh, bro. Hi, sweetie. I'm bringing BBJ. Her appointment's at 3:30. I did buy like bear spray or something like that, and a home alarm system. So yeah, you don't act like a woman that's been beaten. No DV victim will poke the bear the way you do. What is there like a universal way that people who DV victims, like, what does that even mean? That is such an ignorant comment, Mistress Rebecca.
Not really ignorant, but it's usually true. Most DV victims, they don't taunt their abuser. I'm not saying this is true for every case, because there's no possible way to know how everybody handled DV in their own way. There's millions of people across the world that have dealt with DV, but it usually goes that if you've gone through DV, you don't taunt your abuser. You would never think of taunting your abuser, either with them or away from them. And you certainly wouldn't dream of getting on YouTube and talking about your DV this way, in a very angry way, to millions of people, especially if you've got allegedly an open case going on, because all that's going to do is hurt you. You know, a lot of people gone through DV, they have a hard time talking about their DV. They have a hard time talking about it with their therapist. They got a hard time admitting it or talking about it to friends or family. And here is Chantal talking about it to complete strangers with complete ease.
It's like the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Is there like a DV victim code of conduct I should read? I'm vindictive. Yeah, I am. So? I can be. So
you are vindictive.
Doesn't change what he did. Bullshit, I was beat and mistreated for 5 years and I still tell the motherfucker off. Like, it's so stupid. I know, Christy, right? I expect him to be the shit from him for. I mean, like, obviously, like, it's such a dumb question. Like, even for the cops to ask, like, if you were with him, would you be here today reporting this? Obviously not.
There we go again. She just said it again. She just said it again. She said it before in a live stream, and she just said it again. They asked her the question. Maybe because when they were talking to you, Chantal, they were picking up on the fact that you're a vengeful, spiteful person. And so they were trying to determine the motive. Is this something that's real? Is this somebody who's really suffered from DV? Or is this a case of somebody who's a liar, who's lying to get back at their spouse, or someone that they were in a relationship with? They're trying to determine who you are as a person and how truthful you are. So it's not a dumb question. They're trying to see if this case is something worth pursuing. If you really do have a case, are you coming forward in honesty and truth? Or are you trying to use the legal system to just simply get back at another person? It's not a dumb question.
Obviously, having some time away from him has kind of brought some clarity to the situation once, honestly, I guess just once his manipulations wear off. I don't know.
So I got a question. I got a question for you. All this stuff happened to you, Chantal. You were away from Nader for over 2 weeks. Why didn't you go to the cops then? I'm not gatekeeping DV or how a person should respond in situations like this. It's just a question. Why did it take Nader being with Didi and him about to move to Montreal for you to finally speak up? Why now? Why wasn't it like 2 weeks ago when he was with, starting to see Didi? You were on camera and you were actively provoking him and inviting him to come to your house, saying, come on, here's my address, come see me. Why now? Why now?
My ex beat the shit out of me and I never got anything done on him, and the feelings I have built me. Thank you, Che. I appreciate it. I've been tempted. No. I've been tempted many times because I just feel it's intimidating, honestly. And I just feel mentally unwell.
I'm having to wonder if this whole court case thing is real. If she goes in there saying, I'm mentally not well, you know what they're going to do? They're going to ask for a psych evaluation. That's going to be something for her. Get a psych evaluation. She's going to have to go through that.
I was forced sexually many times, but was made. Reset Reeves, thank you, Fire Up. Chantal, did you see the live where he said he's peeing in a bucket to pour on you if you came over?
What?
Sick, abusive piece of shit. No, I haven't even seen that.
Hold on. What's this? What did she just say? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh my God. It's Christy says, Chantal, did you see the live where he said he's peeing in a bucket to pour on you if you came over? Wow. Wow.
But I will be going through it all. Even if you lose, this might have him sit the hell down and humble himself. Lambo, he's the most, he won't be humbled. Cases, is a person's word against exactly. No, Tim. No, Tim. No. Chantal Superstar, what do you think of your choice to date? So I know I defended him for a long time, but people over there defending him and on his side, you want to defend him at the end of the day, that's disgusting and that's on you. I wouldn't want to be in his corner. I'm going back to Tom Petty. Yeah, it might just be they don't have enough on it. And, you know, I didn't handle this situation at all well, but most people, I mean, I'm also not going to be too hard on myself about that because yeah, fast food will wreak havoc. I know. Hi, Matt. Yeah, Gail, they were good. Go get yourself a new outfit after the vets. That might be an idea. Me too,
Okay, I think we've seen enough of this live. It's double the size what I normally do. I normally do like an hour react, but this is almost 2 hours. Hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.